today we have a bit of a good problem in the sense that, as you can tell, it's a bit overcrowded. So the turnout rate for Malaysia is very, very high. So yeah, lots of passion. One in Nigeria is on social impact. So depending on the local needs and challenges, we tweak the program differently. And if you see the one on top left, Startup Station Singapore, is actually the same program they're running right now. Last year it's called Startup Station Singapore, and this year is bigger, better, different names goes on. These are just some examples of things that will happen. I think the entire program, we are shaping this to help you as a company to grow. So this is the handy connection resources via our friends from Plug and Play, as well as the Singapore IMDA, and the co-working space, as you have seen earlier as well. And I'll just talk a bit about what we have, what happening is for you for now. So we'll love to speak with you if you are doing in these areas. So as we are in KL now, and we have QR code. Any questions? Sorry. Qualifications to apply. Yeah, so I think we look for it for I see myself in the photo. A few areas. So one is your product must be ready and built. You must not have just MVP and then looking to validate your product. Must be ready, and then you must have a good. What's the process to getting confirmed that you are the startup for season 1?
Right. Now, first of all, when I get to know about this, is purely on this event, right? So I was in the group, startup groups. I think many of you are in certain one of the end, startup group that you are in.
You came last year.
Last year, apparently, I applied. I saw that, but the seat was full, so I did not have the opportunity to attend. But I keep it marked in my calendar, and then when the application is open, then I apply, right? So I was kind of worried that I can't get through, but it's a multiple process, right? So then there's you have to submit your own. I'm not sure whether it's the same thing, but you have to submit your video. Then there's a live
first, and we think we can learn a lot of stuff about data from Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. That was interesting on your company first before we move to the program, so you can advertise a bit. Okay. So tell us a bit about your founding story of your company.
Well, I started this 3 years. So I worked in China for 7 years. I worked in the marketing research industry for over 20 years, right? So obviously I know the industry. I know how painful it is to collect the data. Then obviously I met a partner, right? So, and I started this because it's a mobile
ones to hear from. So we have invited a lot of heavyweights. So the very first one is James from Quest Ventures. So he will be sharing.
Distributed differently. I think Wen and I came back from a program in China, and we've seen quite a lot of stuff in terms of the payment thing. There's a whole movement of digitalization in terms of traditional business, adopting new technology, finding ways of actually acquiring new customers through different platforms and etc. So there's always those kind of trends that are going on. But if you ask in terms of the broad stroke, you can actually look at AI, you can look at AR, you can look at augmentation of human senses. Basically, there's a lot of those, not including the fintech and the blockchain scene, basically market alone. So with programs like this, you probably can actually expand out, looking at different markets like Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, and etc. So those are some of the things that any interesting Malaysian startup that are looking to scale up should actually look at.
Who are your customers? What makes them tick? What makes them pay you? And what makes them come back and actually do the purchases? So the data point is actually a very important component. So we see a lot of Me Too's, but Me Too's 2.0 are Me Too's which is heavily invested into understanding the customer and collecting this information from the customer throughout various touch points of a user journey.
Yep. So people will say, where's the money coming from me as a startup or as a SME working in whichever vertical? So yes, there are many things that can be better, but from an outsider perspective looking in, things couldn't be any better. I mean, it's already very well done. You got Magic, which has laid a very good foundation in the last few years. You got a community-driven event like TechX and so on that are igniting people like yourself to come on a weekday night to come for such events. And then you got accelerators from all over coming in to set up base or to attract you to go to somewhere else to do something. And the fact that they want to attract you to go somewhere else is because they think you are some talent that deserves to be invested into based on their time or their resources that they have. So put all those together, and we think Malaysia is very exciting,
compared to the rest of the region. Now, the rest of the region, are they exciting? Yes, they are also. You look at Vietnam, they're growing very fast. They got a pretty much top-down economy. That's oversimplifying things, but top-down, we decide to go this way and we'll all go this way. So they are one market to look out for. But when you're starting up something in your office in KL and so on,
everybody now has a good phone, you can afford a gadget, you can afford a drone, you can afford anything. You can create content all the time, anytime, and there's just going to be overload amount of people creating content. So user-generated content, good quality content is going to be out there, right? And I think it's going to be overloaded, and at some point, hopefully Newsway, at some point we are able to, because of the clutter, we should try to declutter and focus on really good content, like key opinion leaders. Because if everybody he say she say, at some point we all gonna aggregate and then just be like, okay, these 5 people are the key opinion leaders. Content will be the thing for me. I mean, whether you are going to do AR or VR. Recently, I went to Genting Highlands. There's this thing called the Void, and then you wear this VR and then you become Star Wars. We are going to play. So anyway, it is becoming that experiential, content, not just content like create Instagram post type content, but also experiential content. Also VR to look at properties and things like that, right? That's one. The other thing is convenience. I think convenience is something that has been around for Malaysia, especially like you see Grab is creating convenience. Podcasts, we're listening to podcasts on our way home. That is convenience, right? So anything that escalates and creates convenience for people will be the trend. Because over time, everything else we can automate really. So it's a matter of how can we elevate our human life, and do jobs that are, especially millennials, right? You want to do jobs that add value, not just like do clerical stuff or do things that other people can be automated.